Hey Al, welcome to the
Hi,
show.
Con.
We are live.
Oh, we are already live. Okay.
We are already live.
Mm.
So just give me 1 second.
Okay.
I just need to do a couple of things.
Mm.
Just posting on Farsi Cricketers Twitter handle that for the first 50 subscribers from this handle, they'll get
Mm.
a lifetime subscription of the standard pack. So I was
Yeah.
just posting it on the screen.
Mm.
So are you hearing any background noise? I just have my ceiling fan on. I just want to make sure that our viewers don't get
Yeah. I do
this.
hear something, but it's not much of a disturbance.
Okay, all right, cool. So let's get started. So IPL is here. We've been waiting for this day for the
Yeah.
last 4 months,
Yeah.
and there's been a lot of planning that's been going on. It covers
Mm.
off and launch the premium pack. Why don't we get started with that?
I mean, it looked like we just started. We were just discussing about BBL a couple of days back, but now look how fast the time flies. And yeah, I mean, talking about IPL, I think the expansion is something no one saw coming. And it has been exceptionally well received. The number of subscriptions we have got since we announced the expansion, not just the premium ones, the normal ones have been, I mean, truly surprising to me. I was expecting premium to fill up the 100 slots that we opened up as a beta launch. So considering how well we have done for our subscribers, but even that premium launch has helped our regular subscriptions as well. So it has been good to see that the expansion in our coverage of trying to cover alternative fantasy platforms like Exchange 22, Sixer, and Rario is being welcomed by the audience as well. I think they're finally seeing what a fantasy coverage should look like, and they're all coming to us where we are trying to build the home for a fantasy gamer.
Yeah, it's almost that how Coversoft helps a cricket fan to actually earn a living by just subscribing to Coversoft and playing on these fantasy platforms.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about Sixer Rario and Exchange 22 coverage on the premium pack.
I think this is something that it's been explosive. I mean, when we announced it, a lot of people may have thought that what we'll be doing is just giving out a pick a day. For example, this is Exchange 20 to go and buy, but that's not what we have done. We have gone as in depth as we have done with daily fantasy. For example, the kind of dogs that we have sent out, even the introductory pieces were well received, but the next set of dogs we have sent out to our premium subscribers. It's something I woke up to it today. This morning, when I was editing and publishing it, I woke up to a lot of happiness to see that, to see the quality of which our team members have gone through. Even as I was astonished at what was given to me, and that made my day, to be honest. And that's something that's been extremely well received as well.
Yeah, I mean it's so much of brilliant information for a cricket fan, to
Mm.
wake up in the morning to go through the information, irrespective whether he's playing fantasy or not.
Mm.
For example, one of the threads I was reading that a leading cricket website has said that David Miller is in the starting 11,
Yeah.
vis-a-vis the depth of detail at every
Mm.
player and their form, and how the matchups will actually play out at a venue
Yeah.
level.
Mm.
It's just fascinating read, to have that amount of information and then see the game play out.
Mm.
Gives a very involved audience or a fan engagement experience.
Yeah, I'd say even it has given even someone like me that have been involved with cricket for 10 years now. It has given me a direction to watch a game. Now I understand I could myself predict the flow of the game better since we started covers off. It's because of that we have been able to nail daily fantasy the way that we have done so far. I was myself a seasoned fantasy player. I was not much of a daily fantasy player, but when we devised a system, even I got confidence that there is a realistic scope to crack daily fantasy in a structural way, and that's what giving a lot of the subscribers. I mean, that's what they aren't getting in other platforms. When they see someone making the team, when they try the same, they are not getting the results. So it's like you'll have to explain to them in a way that they can make their own team in 3 months or 6 months down the line. That's the hope that we are giving people, that they'll be completely capable of doing this on their own in 3 to 6 months time.
Yeah, I mean, with still it's only three platforms. We have a lot more
Mm.
platforms like Crick
Mm.
Battle, we have
Mm.
Crick Stocks, you have
Yeah.
Ashnish Growers, Crick Pay, and
Mm.
of course we've been discussing FanX for on the show for the past few months. In fact, Fanx is back with a super contest. We'll cover it shortly. But there is no dearth of opportunities for a cricket fan if he wants to play fantasy.
Yeah, I think daily fantasy has its merits, but it's highly volatile. You cannot go through the pressures of it a day in day out. You need to have an alternative if you're trying to become a professional fantasy gamer, and that's what we're trying to do. For example, I just want to buy 5,000 stocks of Yashasvi Jaiswal this IPL and take the day off and just let the stock accumulate money for me. That's what I want to do because I expect Yashasvi Jaiswal to have a blockbuster season, and he's going to be available at a good rate. What I want to do is I want to buy 5,000 stocks of him and see him make a lot of money over the next couple of months for me. So that's a less pressurized way of playing all of this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of one of the subscribers, Rahul, who had bought Maxi World for 1,300 rupees, and he just made 6,800 rupees. Just this one pick, and then you
Hmm.
just relax and enjoy your favorite meal or have a drink and enjoy the game, and you're just making money. How brilliant is that? 5,000 rupees a day. Even if you had 20 good days, that's a lakh of rupees a month.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we'll have to be really disciplined in the way that we are doing this, and if you have the discipline and if you go in at the right moments, it's easy to do it.
Yeah. So again, for our viewers, when Covers Off launched back in 15th of January, they had opened 1,000 subscriptions at a lifetime validity, and that
Yeah.
offer was never returned. But now if you go to Parsi Cricketer or Crazy
Hmm.
John's Twitter handle, there are links being published there. So if you use that link and then go to coversoft.ai and subscribe,
Hmm.
your subscription will be converted to lifetime validity for the first 50 subscribers.
Yeah.
So
and
it's
and they'll also qualify for the phase 2 lifetime premium subscriptions that we open at a discounted rate. They could seal the standard subscription now and then qualify for the premium subscription when we open up our phase 2.
yeah. And I've repeated this in the show and also shown testimonials of covers of subscribers. You could actually recover your money in one day, and it's a lifetime subscription, so it's a crazy offer. So
Yeah.
anyone who is thinking of being a fantasy cricket player out there, this is a fantastic offer. Don't miss out. So with that, let's jump into the show. Start talking about Ahmedabad. It's a great ground. The last Test match that was played there, probably they laid out a road of a wicket, but they have two types of pitches there. They have a black soil and a red soil, and depending on that, the pitch plays out a little differently.
Yeah.
Uh, and but given that it's an IPL opener at such
Mm,
a flagship stadium, you would
mm.
expect a true wicket, right? Something which has bounce and carry for the fast bowlers, and something the ball comes onto the bat for the batsman as well. What do you think?
Yeah, when I saw the deck first, when it was first unveiled and games were starting to be played at the venue, I was really worried because it's a huge ground, and if the wicket doesn't support batting, it's going to be really difficult for batters. But that's what I thought. It's going to be bowling friendly. It's going to be one of those decks like Chepauk or the old Eden Gardens where bowlers have a field day. But over the last year or so, after its debut, it has come up really well. It has supported batters, in fact, even though the IPL numbers don't show that. If you look at the T20 numbers, the average score is around 182 in innings one. So that says batters have enjoyed. And in the first innings of the power play, irrespective of what deck they use, whether the black soil or the red soil, there will be some assistance for paces and the scoring rate will be low. But after that, batters have come into play, and that's what I'm expecting today as well. The first 6 overs of the first innings may be tricky, and if the batting team gets through that, then there will be a lot of runs in play.
Yeah, as you see, covers of analysis, you get to realize more and more it's a game of small margins, and we will
Hmm.
get into those details shortly. But there is one part of the boundary, I think, behind square at, I don't know, whether
Hmm.
Geo's end or at the Adani's end, where it's
Hmm.
only
Hmm.
about 58, 62 yards.
Yeah.
So is there any batsman in either team who could play those scoop shots and take advantage of the short boundary?
I think Kane Williamson has developed a liking for that shot, and I think that's one of the reasons why, even in the low scoring versions of this venue, there has been a lot of sixes hit. An average of 13 sixes is being hit in low scoring times. I mean, that says a lot. So it's one of the highest six hitting grounds, one of the venues where you'll see a lot of sixes. Maybe this boundary dimension thing explains it.
Yeah, and depending on Chennai does not have any wrist spinners. You have slow left arm bowler in
Mm,
Jadeja, and
mm,
Gujarat has both Tiwatia and Rashid Khan. So it will be
yeah,
interesting to see which end Hardik Pandya bowls Rashid Khan, because Rashid Khan
yeah.
has an habit of dragging his length short.
Mm.
That could go for runs behind that wicket. So that will be an interesting phase of play to watch. So I'm
Yeah,
going to just share
I
my
think
screen. Go ahead. Yeah.
nothing. I think we can carry on.
So I am just going to the match sheet here. I
Mm,
want to start off with the venue notes because we started talking about how
mm,
difficult it is to bat in the power play for the first innings. And
mm,
given
mm,
except I guess Riddhiman Saha,
mm,
Devon Conway, Raj Gaikwad,
mm,
Shubman Gill, they all tend to start slow and then they flourish as they
mm.
kind of establish their innings.
Yeah.
And I was just doing a little bit of math here, right? So
Mm,
between 1.38 and 1.17, right? That's a
mm, mm,
0.21 difference. If you multiply
mm,
that by 36 balls, that's about
mm,
eight
mm,
runs,
mm,
right? And the middle over, if you do a similar calculation, that's another 4 runs.
mm,
The difference between 1.18 and 1.24. But
mm,
the gap becomes wider during the death overs. That's point 4.
mm,
So all
mm.
put together, there is about 21 runs that's in the favor of team batting second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably
Mm,
that
mm.
explains why team batting second has got a 75% of winning rate in Montera.
Yeah, that's the pattern that you observe in the IPL. Teams batting second have dominated in the T20I zone. The seven matches that they've played, 57% of the teams batting first have won. So I think it could sort of nullifies the advantage, I guess.
Yeah. And if I'm guessing that whichever team wins the toss would want to bowl first,
Mm, mm,
and
mm,
if it is Gujarat, winning the toss,
mm,
it's very critical because if you look at again the power play and the middle overs wickets, right? So almost
mm,
6 wickets falls,
yeah.
and that's pretty much the top order and the middle order of Chennai Super Kings.
Mm,
Let me go to their fantasy cheat sheet batting. So if you look
mm,
at Rutraj, Ben Stokes, and Devon Conway, between them, they have
mm,
a very good ball space per innings. Over 25 or 22, and all put together, they play about 73 balls. So it will
yeah.
be very critical that they do that today if Chennai
Mm.
Super Kings bats first.
Yeah, and Gujarat Titans would be hoping that they bowl first to exploit this, because if there is a phase that they can get rid of the top three easily, then it's while bowling first with their bowling unit. Mohammad Shami has an exceptional record against right-handers in the power play of late, so that's something that they'll be looking to capitalize on. And Chennai Super Kings, on the other hand, they'll want to get through the first 6 overs with the using these three star batters.
And they need to be careful because the scoring rate is slower during those six overs, but they still have to bat deep if they have to, because the winning first inning score is 175. That's
Mm,
exactly that 21 runs, right? So it's 154, which is the average par score
mm,
for teams batting first, but for the teams
mm,
batting first, winning is 175. And if you
mm.
do that math, it's exactly that 21 runs is the difference,
Yeah.
which means that it's critical for the top order of Chennai
Mm.
to bat deep and really flourish and score a lot of runs during the death overs. And how
Yeah.
easy is that going to be given that Gujarat has got a great bowling attack?
It's a versatile bowling attack. I mean, I love the Gujarat bowling attack this year. The one that they've got. Alzari Joseph has been firing on all cylinders, and then Rashid Khan has come back to form. Such if we remember, when we were speaking during BBL and SA T20, he was not amongst a lot of wickets. But then he moved to PSL on a venue that's on a tournament that's being played on mainly on flat decks. He was really impressive. His start, he's getting back to a wicket taking touch, so that's something that's going to help them in this tournament. And when you combine Alzar Joseph, Gujarat have a very peculiar way of using their pace bowlers. They sometimes go in with five out and out pace options, including Hardik Pandya. So they have the luxury to not ball Alzar Joseph in the power play at all. So imagine, as a middle order batter, if you're going to face the pace of Alzari Joseph and the controlled good length leg spin of Rashid Khan from the other end, it's going to be really difficult for you to find a way to score runs. And especially this CSK batting unit is LHP heavy, left-handed heavy, and Joseph is an exceptional bowler against left-handers in the middle overs.
Yeah, and if you look at the strike rate of Yash Dayal, Shami, and Mavi, very impressive strike rates. And of course, Rashid Khan, like you said, he bowled really well in PSL, and also he
Mm.
captained the Afghanistan team in the Pakistan series, and he continued that form. Maybe he was
Yeah.
very familiar bowling to the Pakistan batsmen, when he played that three-match 2020 series, which Afghanistan won. But Yash Dayal, right? So there was matchups, right? I was looking at, you have a Yash Dayal alert for three of their key batsmen, Moeen Ali, Rutraj, and Devon Conway, and he's one of those variety bowlers, right? He's a left-hand bowler compared to Chennai Super Kings does not have a wrist spinner and also does not have a left-hand bowler, pace bowler, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah. So
So
I'm just yeah. Go ahead.
there has been it's not still not clear how fit Yash Dayal is. There's been mixed reports. Some reports say that he's not fit. Some reports say that he's fit and he's bowling well in the nets. So we're not sure what's the case there. But if he's fit and if Gujarat Titans pick him, which they're likely to, given what we saw of Hardik and Nehra last year, then it makes all of this a lot more difficult for Chennai Super Kings today. But they are the underdogs for the game already. But if Yash Dayal comes into play, then it becomes even more difficult for them.
Yeah, I think the toss is really crucial, for MS Dhoni to win it. Otherwise, it's pretty much advantage Gujarat Titans from ball one.
Yeah,
So yeah, go
I
ahead.
think yeah, with the first 6 overs, I think they're going to be really crucial. We have repeated this a number of times in the show, and that's because of how important it is.
Yeah, and this is the last game that Gujarat Titans and Chennai Super Kings played the 22 IPL. So Shivam Dubey again, you were given a Alzari Joseph alert, and he got it for a duck to Alzari
Okay.
Joseph again. So and also you had given a Yash Dayal alert for Rutraj Gaikwad, and Rutraj
Okay.
Gaikwad got out Yash Dayal. So and again look at Moeen Ali, again got out for to Alzari Joseph for one run. So it looks like the writing is on the wall. If Chennai bats first, Shami, again Shami picked up a couple of wickets. You got Uthappa for cheap, and then again in this game we got both Dhoni and Conway in the second game. So
Yeah.
Shami and Vilas Dayal is fit, and Alzari Joseph, and of course Rashid Khan. They could really create havoc. Unless the top three batsmen they really plow it in and then play those 12 to 15 overs by themselves.
Yeah, especially considering the middle order that CSK has, you do not know what kind of T20 from Jadeja is in. He might have bowled well in the test cricket, but a T20 is a different ball game, and he didn't have a great season last year. Not and Dhoni is basically now playing as a specialist keeper, and to as for his leadership abilities as well. So there's a lot of problems down the order, and maybe pushing Moin down could help them going ahead in the season. But today, the pace of Shami and Alzari Joseph could still get the better of Moin Ali, even if he's pushed down the order.
Yeah. I'm just going to look at the team squads. Just give me a second. I just want to go to the right sheet. Talk to us a little bit about the impact sub options today. You, you've spoken very highly about I don't know how to say his
Hung,
name. Hunger Breaker. Yeah.
yeah, Hunger Gaker, yeah.
Yeah. So quite a handy batsman can play
Mm,
those big shots, and also
mm,
can
mm, mm.
very handy with the ball as well, is what I understood from the sheets.
Yeah. Even when Mukesh Chowdhury was fit, Hunger Cricket stood a great chance to be a regular part of the season. And now that Mukesh Chowdhury is out, he'll definitely be a part of the scheme of things for Chennai Super Kings. Simarjit might get in, but even if he gets in, he's likely to be used as a new ball pacer. And CSK is one of the teams that will be relying on a bowler for their impact sub role. A lot of the other teams are going to use batters, but what CSK could do is get in batting heavy, and then you bring the bowler in place of one of those batters after the innings is over. And Hangigekar, to speak about, he has the big boy pace, what you'd refer to as a big boy pace. Even at such a young age, he could hit the bat very hard. So that's the kind of skill that CSK has historically lacked. There was a time the best years have come when they have had a bowler like that. Bollinger, when he was quick, they won the season. NGD, when he was really quick, they won the season again as well. So they've since then gone the slow ball specialist route, and this is something they've sealed an Indian bowler who could do the role for them for 10 years, for the next decade. That's how good Hunger Giger is, and he could also smash sixes down the order as well.
Yeah, and to kind of look at the squad side by side, Gujarat Titans, comes with a lot of international experience off late, right? Be it a Rashid Khan or a Shubman Gill or a Matthew Wade,
Mm-hmm.
Shami, they've all been playing very actively. Even though Gaikwad has been in great form, he's been playing only domestic cricket. Patti Raidu has not played much cricket off late, so hasn't somebody like, I mean, the captain Dhoni himself or Deepak Chahar coming back from an injury. So the team, and Ben Stokes is not going to bowl because of his knee issues. Again, there seems to be a very clear advantage Gujarat Titans, as I see here.
Yeah, Tikshna will make this team stronger, but he's also not available, so that's a big problem for them. And now that Stokes cannot bowl, they have no option but to play Pretorius, because without Pretorius, what they will have is a couple of gentle medium pace bowlers in Char and Samarjit, and the young hunger kicker. That's a lot, a lot of to place trust on, to let these three bowlers handle the entire pace bowling load of a team. So they'll have no option but to play Dwayne Pretorius in some form. Either he starts or he's going to be their go-to bowler at the death, and this is why we have put in a fantasy opportunity alert for them, because for Pretorius, because at the time of uh, as we are speaking now, he's only owned by 15 to 20% of fantasy managers. And if he's in the 11 today and CSK bowl first, he's going to be their first choice death bowler. That's going to guarantee him a few wickets, and then he could also bat. So that's enough points. There are a lot of points to work with.
Yeah, they were definitely, given that Chennai Super Kings, Chennai Super Kings is very light on the pace bowling option. I'm sure Gujarat Titans will miss the services of David Miller. He scored a big one in the last game they played together.
Yeah, it's not surprising because David Miller has been his transformation is one of the weird things that I've seen. For a South African player, you'd expect him to be good against raw pace and struggle against spin. But David Miller is one of the world's best players against spin bowling in the last 3 years, and that's why he has been so good that's why he was so good in IPL last year, and that's why he has been so good in a lot of T20 leagues at the last couple of years. And but his problem though it comes against raw pace, and CSK, even at their best, do not have a bowler who could do that. Hunger Gaker is young, but an established Rockwick is someone who could get the better of David Miller. And they do not have it, but David Miller would regret. And Gujarat Titans, there were reports of Gujarat Titans being disappointed with not having Miller services, and it's no wonder, because if he was there, then CSK's job would have got doubly difficult than it is right now.
It's quite disappointing. I know there is a World Cup qualification on the line for South Africa, but being the most important flagship T20 tournament, for other boards to still struggle with to give a clean window, because
Hmm.
Bangladesh is away playing a tournament, Sri Lanka is away playing a tournament, so South
Yeah.
Africa. So not
Hmm.
to have a Mustafizur or a Tikshana or a Miller not only
Hmm.
impacts the franchisees chances, but also kind of has an impact on the fan experience.
It does, yeah. Sri Lanka is one of those teams that have year after year they create this kind of problems, and they schedule some sort of a tour along at the time of IPL, so that always becomes a problem. But South Africa sacrificed a lot in terms of allowing their players to play in the IPL, maybe. But this is one of those years where the 50 overs World Cup becomes really important for them. And even the Indian board, I think, seems to have understood what it means for South Africa to get a direct qualification to the World Cup, and that's why they have allowed them to do it.
And again, South Africa is not going to be out for long. I think the players are out
Mm,
only till the 2nd of April.
true.
But the
Yeah.
Sri Lankan players are going to miss as many as 3 games,
Yeah.
which is
Mm,
almost 30% of the games,
yeah.
which will have, especially missing Tikshana for Chennai
Mm,
Super Kings, a
mm.
major impact.
Mm. Yeah, if I were CSK, I'd be really disappointed at not having the services of Tikshna because he is a bowler who could bowl in all phases. He has an exceptional record at the death as well, and he's someone who regularly bowls in the power play. So to lose services of someone like him, it pretty much takes a serious dent in CSK's hopes to make the playoff.
Yeah, and top of that, there's been long injury list as well. So
Mm.
that's taken a bit of sheen off the excitement of IPL, hopefully. But as the tournament progresses, all these players will be available, and it will become a lot more competitive.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go to the fantasy home. We spoke about how packed the team with pace bowlers, team batting first and batters team batting second. So a good mix of all rounders and bowlers here.
Yeah, we're just waiting to see which team bowls first to decide on how we go with the batting options. This is one of those games. Usually we have close to 8 to 9 picks before toss, but this is one of those tricky games where you need to know a bit more about the pitch report and about the toss and the kind of 11s these teams put out to go ahead and fill out go and 90 to 80 to 90% of the team. That's why we've given out only 6 picks today. It also shows how important the toss is going to be in this game.
Like Wong and Thornton, do you think if Yash Dayal is fit, he will be a huge differential in today's game?
I mean, we have made a couple of calls like this before, and we have seen what happens in those cases. So I do not want to bet against it. I think if Yash Dayal is going to be fit today, then it's a good idea for some of our subscribers to vice captain him.
So is you've given Alzari Joseph as a potential differential captain, vice captain choice.
Yeah, yeah,
Given that he has such low ownership, and also Pretorius has got very low ownership, it will
mm,
be good to see these players come good today.
yeah. I think we'll likely be going in with Joseph as our vice captain today, so that's going to be a huge differential for us. And it's Pretorius ownership may rise because he's quite a popular player, and once people know that he's one of the important picks for the day today for even CSK is going to be a fundamental part of the way that the setup works today. They're going to get him in, so it's going to be about 55 to 60% of teams will still have Pretorius, but that 40% is enough to make a difference in a lot of leagues.
Great. So let's wrap up the show talking about FanX. So
Mm,
the app is back
mm,
live with the super contest. So just go to FanX,
yeah,
fanex.in to download the
mm,
app. And
mm,
I'm very excited to talk about the super contest. Hopefully, I'm going to bring up my phone up in a second. Just give me a second.
mm. I'm opening the app as well.
Okay. So as I open the app, let me talk through about the super contest.
Mm,
So by default, the contest is funded with 10,000 rupees by
mm,
FanX.
mm.
But for every user who joins the contest, they pay 100 rupees to join the contest. That way, the prize pool keeps increasing.
Yeah,
Uh, Currently, the prize pool is at about 12,160.
mm.
I'm just still trying to bring it up at
Wow,
my end. Just
twelve
give me a
thousand
second.
one fifty.
Yeah. So just give me 1 second. I'm trying to bring it up. Just sorry about the delays at my end. I had kept it open, but for some reason the the screen share thing had closed. It should come up in just in a second. I'll
No problem.
got it. So I'll just go to share my screen again. Here we go. So that's the Fanx app. So download the app fanex.in on Android and iOS. And as you see, the first contest is between the first IPL match between Gujarat and Chennai. The prize pool is already 12,160 rupees. So if you go and
Mm.
see the prize payout, so 40% of the overall prize pool goes to the first prize winner, and there is a structure. There is a 20% for second prize, 10% for the third prize, and for the fourth and the fifth spots they split 10%. 6 to 10 they split another 10%, and 11 to 20 they split another 10%. But more and more people join, the price payout will increase.
Mm.
And At covers off, I think we've been doing well with your suggestions, and we have about 1,065 rupees
Yeah.
available in the
And
account.
we didn't put a penny in. That's a funny thing.
Yeah, that's the thing about FanX, right? You can start making money by downloading the app, and the app gives you 500 free coins.
Yeah.
And as you see, the contest between South Africa and Netherlands, you can actually
Mm.
join by just paying 10 coins out of the 500 coins you get. And then in this case you get coins payout. But the game between New Zealand and Sri Lanka,
Mm.
and it's 150 coins, but you have a prize pool of 2,500 rupees. So you can win money by actually not investing anything. And with that money you win, you can come back and join the super contest and win big money,
Yeah.
right? So now we're going to go ahead and join this contest. I'm just going to click on this 100 entry fee, and then takes Al's suggestion for the player who will score the most number of fours and runs and wickets.
Yeah. So what I'll be doing here is basically wait for the toss and go between whoever bats second between Shubman Gill and Rutraj Gaikwad. Whoever bats second, I'll go with the player as the choice for the most number of four sets and the most number of runs scored. And wickets, it's going to be Aljali Joseph.
So we can actually make the choice now, and then after the toss, we can go back and change it. So just for our
Hmm.
you viewers, I'm gonna go ahead with Shubman Gill
Hmm.
for the fours and for runs,
Yeah.
and then Alzari Joseph for the most number of wickets. For some reason, my mind keeps saying Yash Dayal. I have a hunch about because I saw the alert,
Hmm.
for three players. So again, we've joined it, right? We Before we joined it, the price pool was 12,160. Now after we
Hmm.
have joined, the price pool has become 12,250.
Interesting.
Uh, and the first prize winner gets 40% of that. It's
Okay.
4,900.
So this is the one that keeps growing. That we have the price pool was it keeps growing. Okay, finally that's been launched.
Yeah, this is what they've been trying to launch for quite some time now,
Okay,
but
okay,
good that it has gone live in time for
yeah,
IPL.
yeah. It's
So the
exciting.
price pool,
The whole concept has been exciting. I've been waiting for this for like well over a month now. Yeah.
yeah, if 100 people join, then the
Mm.
price pool will be 19,000, and
Okay.
then
Yeah.
40% of that, almost 7,800, 7,900 rupees would be won by uh,
Yeah.
the the person who wins the contest. But there
Mm.
could be as many as 20 winners.
Mm.
So if just 100 people join and there are 20 winners, the percentage of people winning is 20.
Mm.
So which is probably one of the highest among all the other fantasy platform options that are out there.
Yeah. Price distribution is something that has been a disappointment in most of the apps. So that's something. It's a good thing to have this kind of a price distribution here.
Yeah. So with that, we almost have come to the end of the show, Al. I know you need to
Mm.
go and do the finishing touches for the
Yeah.
covers of subscribers, and also after the
Mm.
toss, you need to give out five more players. So if you're not a covers of subscriber yet and you want to, start making money, just go ahead and subscribe right away. Like I said, we are giving out 50 lifetime subscriptions if you subscribe from either Crazy Johns or from Farsi Cricketers Twitter handle. So if you're not a subscriber already, go to their Twitter handles and go ahead and subscribe, and Al will help you to start winning money.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. Thanks, Al. Thanks for your for your time on this first coverage for
Mm.
the IPL. Hopefully, we will
Mm.
do. We'll cover a lot more games together. I'm eagerly looking forward
Uh,
to that.
yeah, if this is not the tournament that gets us online, what else will? Uh,
Yeah. So enjoy the game. So I'm going to be anyway for all the things I spoke about Chennai Super Kings. We'll be to Chennai. I'm going to be rooting for Tala and the Chennai Super Kings. Hopefully they'll pull off a miracle.
yeah.
All right. Take care then. Bye.
Okay. Bye.